Hello everyone. In this session, we are discussing about the method overriding. Method overriding included in the runtime polymorphism. We know runtime polymorphism. It is a dynamic polymorphism, or it is called as a late binding because that binding is be resolved at the runtime. So define any method in both base class and derived class with same name, same parameters, or signature. This concept is known as method overriding. Method overriding is example of runtime polymorphism. So here is one example of method overriding. Class base is here, class derived, both having the same methods with the same signature. That method name is show, and it doesn't having any parameter. This is base class, derived class. If we want to call these two method, we need to create the two object. With object of base class base B, derived class derived D. So with the help of objects, we can call the both the methods. So why method overriding? Method overriding allows a derived class to provide a specific implementation of a method that is already provided by one of its base class. The implementation in derived class overrides or replaces or overrides the implementation of base class providing by that methods having same name and same signature. Using a base class pointer variable, we can point to the object of any child class depending upon the type of object. At runtime, a particular method will be called. Method overloading versus overriding. So, overloading included in a compile time polymorphism and overriding included in a runtime polymorphism. Overloading occurs when two or more methods in one class has the same method name but different parameters, that is different signature. Overriding means having two methods with the same method name and the same signature, and it is exist in a more than one class, that is parent class and other are the child classes. Call to an overloaded method is resolved at the compile time, while call to an overridden method is resolved at the runtime depending upon the type of object. So there are some differences, or we are discussing something about overloading and overriding. Definition: method having same name but different signature. Method having same name but same signature. Subclass have method with the same name and exactly the same signature, meaning more than one method shares the same name in the class but having different signature. Here the same name and same signature, but the method is present in a base class and derived class. To add, extend more to method's behavior, to change the existing behavior of method. Overloading at a compile time, overriding salt at the runtime. Inheritance in overloading not required because it happens in only one class. Overriding requires always the inheritance. It happens in multiple classes. Must have the different signature. Overriding must have the same signature. There are some another differences. Method relationship. Relationship is between methods of same class. Here, relationship, that is overriding relationship between methods of superclass and subclass, does not require more than one class. Here require at least two class. These are some sample codes. Here using void my function, void my function. Here integer parameter. So the signature is different. Here virtual void my function and void my function. These two functions are same and their signature is same. Let's check the execution of these things. Okay, sorry. So include IOStream using namespace std. Here is one method wide print, and here is another method in derived class wide print. Both having the same name, same signature. So these two things are totally same. This one and this one. Okay, so here is base function is the message, derived function is message. So we want to call the two methods, we need to create the object of two classes. So derived one, derived two are the object. Derived one dot print, call the method, and derived two dot base scope resolution print, call the base class method. So derived one call the derived class method, and second call the base class method. Let's check the execution. So the derived function and base functions are called. Thank you all of you.